right, guys, we're gonna get this rocking here. Let's get this rocking. All right, I'm really excited. I'm fired up. Let's see what's happening here. We have a lot of good stuff happening right now, guys. I'm more fired up than I have been in a very long time. I have some big announcements to make as well, as this flip challenge here is underway, and it's happening soon here, with May go away being a big priority here. Let's take a look first at what's going on Forex Factory here, and we can go from there. Right, so let's take a look at what's happening in Forex Factory. Okay. Obviously, we have AUD news, unemployment change. Okay, 4.3%, 19.1%. GDP, you have 0.1%. Okay. Friday. We don't really have that much news here, so it's going to be a lot of clean price action, which kind of you guys have already seen. Nothing's going to turn markets around unless we have some massive, like astronomical black swan event. Let's say right now there's a lot of peace treaties happening with Iran, the war in Iran. You know, obviously I was talking about it getting crazier. It hasn't been, you know, it's actually been causing peace. World War III might not happen. Okay. Even though I was kind of hoping it would happen, it's a good thing that World War III might not happen. You know, a lot of lives will be saved, and the apocalypse won't happen, guys. So that's a good thing for now. For now, we know that potentially there's peace talks with the war going on in Iran. So that is a good thing. Okay, that isn't a bad thing. Even though I wanted to make a shit ton of money trying to short it and looking for shorts. Okay, we haven't been able to see anything happen so far where I could say confidently, hey, look, we are going to short this and sell the hell out of this. Okay, so right now we're currently just stuck in this limbo, waiting to see what happens as price starts to continue. Okay, continue into what? One second. Okay, so let's keep this going here. No news, nothing happening here. Let's just look at Dixie right now playing itself out. A lot of consolidating movement. Since when? Like Tuesday, right? Okay, Dixie hasn't really been doing much. Volume's been low. It looks like Dixie this week probably gonna hang out here, mitigate. Next week we'll start to see some market reversals here as SPX just recently created an all-time high here. Okay, even today, I mean, SPX has been on this generational run here. Usually there's a midweek reversal that tends to happen, but you can see it. It's just been realistically doing nothing but just having small pullbacks, small reversals, small pullbacks, profit taking within an hour, and then bang, with no retracement in sight. Obviously, when you see something like this, there's going to be a huge pullback. There is. It's going to take some time here, so we're going to just wait and see when this pullback time is going to happen here. But there is a pullback that's in place. I mean, even when you see large dumps like this here, and large highs like this, I mean, the last time we saw SPX do this on the daily here, we can actually calculate it. Because I'm not feeling any FOMO at all. Like, I really don't care if SPX continues to go to the upside. It's a good thing for us, because then we're going to get even bigger pullbacks and more runs to the upside. So last time SPX did this and had a 11% gain, just like this, let's look at history and when the pullback happened. Okay, 11% gain. Something similar to that was here. This had an 11% gain, and then look, a 7% pullback. So about a 70% pullback. Okay, 17% gain. Even catastrophically, we had even a 3 to 4% pullback. So even with any type of big gains, the last big gain was back in April of 2025. Ironically, because markets in April are very bullish, but in May, they're very bearish here. So what am I looking at? I'm looking for more pullbacks, guys. I mean, realistically, because there's such clean price action, I don't see us having any type of, you know, massive pullback in the markets here, unless, you know, yeah, I don't see anything happening unless unless we're having like a whole war, like a war in Iran or something like that going down. But I don't see anything happening that is, I would say, crazy, unless, you know, we see something in, you know, unless we see something happening with this Iran war thing. Okay, this thing did the pullback we talked about, extended to the upside. So did NOS extension, Russell extension here, didn't even pull back fully. That means there's a lot of volume. Even here, like, you didn't have any massive pullback at all coming on markets here, which have been decently good. Gold volatility continues on its downside. This is very interesting. I haven't seen anything like this in a long time. Let's look at gold bonds. Bonds are kind of just chilling, hanging out. Let's look at stocks right now. Interesting, Nvidia is still at November levels. Apple is seeing some growth. Amazon is seeing some growth. Let me look at something, guys. I'm just reading Fed news right now. Trying to get an idea here. Yeah, interesting. Really interesting. Did they change the site? Am I not able to get access to it anymore? Bookmarked it for a reason here. Oh. There we go. Let's take a guess. This was last week. Last week. Look at how many more longs than shorts. Micro gold, the same thing. Lithium. It's super interesting here. Dumping it in the chat. I'm looking at oil soon, but with the straight being technically opened right now. That's like the whole news. I'm not very bearish on it, and it's because obviously like the strait's about to be open, you know. So let's look at the U.S. blockades. Today's news. So this is why markets are skyrocketing. Failed ceasefire talks aiming to cut off Iran's 2 million barrels.
Actually going to Iran. In the first 24 hours of the Hormuz blockade, no ships from Iranian ports made it past our fleet. 6 merchant vessels tried and they were turned around. If a ship doing business with Iran gets anywhere near the blockade, Navy SEALs will board it, put a gun to the captain's head, and turn it around. The Wall Street Journal reports that 20 commercial ships have passed through peacefully into the Persian Gulf. Now, when Iran controlled the strait, that number was 0. Foreign tankers are starting to sail in and out, and Iranian ships aren't allowed to come in or out. CENTCOM says we have over 12 warships, 100 fighter and surveillance aircraft, and 10,000 service members out imposing the blockade, including the USS Tripoli, our amphibious assault ship. It's currently positioned in the Arabian Sea with 3,500 sailors and Marines on board, including the 31st Expeditionary Unit. They've been doing night deck shooting drills. And our F-35 stealth fighter jets were seen taking off from the Tripoli too, helping us maintain supremacy in the skies and the high seas. Soon coming to help, the USS Boxer. The 11th Marine Expeditionary Unit on board has been executing round-the-clock live-fire drills on the water as our armed forces prepare for the second phase of the blockade.
Clear the Straits of Hormuz. Make sure it's clear of minds. Open up other channels. We saw some of that going on this weekend. Next thing is secure it and provide escorts for...
Jesse, you will do very well in life. Ignore the panicans, right? They were the ones who warned of calamity in Venezuela and ended up being one of the greatest single foreign policy, military, geopolitical maneuvers. You will do very...
Yeah, this is true. China will no longer be able to get oil from Iran. Huh, interesting. Interesting when you see things like this. Again, I like to be optimistic, but not too optimistic here, so. Iran war is close to over. Desperate to make
Money
it
over there, sir, and you don't want to do that.
Well, you keep saying was. Is this war over?
I think it's close to over, yeah. I mean, I view it as very close to over. You know what? If I pulled up stakes right now, it would take them 20 years to rebuild that country. And we're not finished.
This has to be AI. Iran can't threaten anything, really. I don't like Twitter too much. Wow. So let's see what's going to happen here with markets. Because I've been calling buys on SPX here. And we've been looking for a good pullback, and there's no pullbacks. Right? Like, I'm looking for safe pullbacks, but there's no pullback. There's no safe entry. There's no safe entry. I don't want to get in here. Right? We had a safe entry earlier with gold today, right? There was some buys here with gold. Easily, you could have taken right here in this zone. Even gold, though, is not really due. It's just kind of chilling. It's an order flow, right? So impulse here. You can still wait for this order flow to continue. But this is what I'm still looking at. So if we're looking at buys here, let's look at the refined order block. The refined order block is where I'm going to want to buy gold. It should be right here. Right? Still. I think gold can come lower. Then take us here. This is what I'm looking at. Yeah, I think this is order flow right here for an extension to the upside. That's what I'm still looking at with gold. So I'm still looking for long-term buys on gold. I'm going to look for a pullback here. You could maybe see it come here, extend, but I'm really looking at this specific order block here. This order block here is going to make us run to the upside here. That's the biggest thing. Even GCU, like if you look at futures are doing the same thing here. Right? It's an order flow still, so. Hasn't broken structure. If it does end up breaking structure here, fine, no worries. Break structure, pull back into the indecisional candle, and then it's going to run to the upside completely. Let's look at CAD in the meantime. CAD's making lower lows here. Dixie's been just hanging out, just kind of chilling. It hasn't really been doing anything that can give me a good idea of continuing alongside with it, you know? One second, guys. Just typing this in here. I'm researching some stuff here for. USD JPY GU. GU's a buy for sure. Looking for runs to the upside on GU. AUD USD, kind of the same thing. Looking for something similar here. Swipe of liquidity here this high. Bit of break. come back here, and then it'll run to the upside. We're gonna have signals be announced sometime next week here, guys. So you guys are gonna start seeing more signals from me and also another trader as well that we have on the team. I've just been away, guys. I'm sorry that I've been away for a while. I've been, you know, obviously, doing some stuff on the back end as well. So I've been away for a little bit, and markets have been kind of just chilling. They haven't been like, you know, they've been moving to the bullish side, but they've been doing so many swipes of liquidity here that I've been trying to see what's the vibe right now with markets here, because I've been getting into some buys, but very small buys in SPX, nothing crazy. Let me see this here. Yeah, even crypto, even Bitcoin hasn't broken structure yet, shockingly. SPX broke structure. But Bitcoin has yet to really break structure. It's still what? It's respected structure. It's swipe liquidity like we've talked about. And now it looks like it's going to move. I think it's going to swipe the highs here. See this right here? I just don't see Bitcoin going past 78K. I see it swiping that liquidity and then pushing downward here, right into that entry zone. But I still see crypto as bearish. I don't see it as bullish at all. Right, so that's kind of what I'm seeing. That's what I'm looking at, honestly, overall. Even here, it doing the same thing, right? Swiping that area, swiping previous highs of liquidity here, mitigating this candle here that still needs to get mitigated. Even if we see this on OKX here, the data feed sometimes isn't the best on OKX, but there's areas of mitigation here that need to be swept, right? This needs to be mitigated before we go lower. And this is an external selling zone. That means Bitcoin is not yet done with its order flow here, right? This order flow still has to continue until we can mitigate that daily zone, right? Then a fall, very dramatic fall. I think something's gonna break in May. I called it here in like January, February. I said, hey, something's gonna break. I think something's gonna break. Some bubble's gonna pop or something. I just don't get a good feeling, because markets are technically, Bitcoin is still bearish. SPX is bullish. I will say that SPX is actually very bullish here. Ridiculously. Let's look at Dixie. Dixie here is still, still has to fill. What does that mean? Once it mitigates here, it has to come back. It has to do a dramatic pullback of about what, 2 to 3%. So you could expect Dixie to come back down to even, you know, this zone here, or this zone here for sure, once that pullback starts to take place. So I'm almost certainly expecting that. You know what I mean? I'm expecting for that to happen. DU is on this uptrend. I mean, yeah, guys, that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Tesla is still bullish here. I'm waiting for Dixie. Microsoft looks actually really good. Microsoft looks really, really fucking good. Looks like it'll go on a generational run. Microsoft looks like it's gonna go to like, even if we get a pullback here, you're looking at a 40% gain on Microsoft on. This looks really good. Might buy some Microsoft here at $388. This looks really bullish here. Microsoft looks really good. Look at that. Gap fill. You see that with Tesla? You see the Tesla gap fill? What does that mean? Mitigation. Mitigation. And a break of structure here. And now we have to fill this. Tesla's for sure bullish. Going at least 21%. We're looking for a pullback. And then a 30% gain on Tesla. Damn, this is like really good. Coin right now. Coin doesn't look that good at all. We will be trading tomorrow, guys, so I will go over more of this tomorrow here, but this is just kind of a quick breakdown here. Markets for the majority of the time have been somewhat slow. You know, I am waiting for some bigger movements here to come and some pullbacks. That's really all I've been waiting for is pullbacks. So all right, guys, appreciate y'all. Love y'all, and I will talk to y'all soon.